Hello and what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Yasmin. If you don't already know, and if you would like to give me the subscribe as well as the thumbs up and bell notifications, it really supports my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about what women find attractive, and these are things that are physical and non-physical attributes. Some of them are my own personal beliefs and things that I have discussed many a times with girlfriends of mine, and some of them are also come up in scientific studies. Now, people who did conduct these studies were scientists, and they are generalizations. I cannot speak for every single woman on the planet. Every single woman on the planet is different, just like every single man on the planet is completely different. But here we go. Here are the list of some of the attributes that women will find extremely sexy and attractive. As I said, I have gone with both physical and non-physical attributes. The first attribute is confidence. Women love a confident man. Now, I can completely relate that some of you would be particularly shy, and even shy to the point where you might not feel confident to go up to a girl if you really like her, or you may feel that you would be punching above your weight with her. She's so attractive or really intelligent or really funny. But women love a confident man, and put it this way, unless you do something, you're never ever gonna know, and you always regret that, you know, you've just kind of let her slip by. Women love it to be approached. As I've said in a previous video, women love to be chased. So even if you just go through another channel, like if you know one of her friends, or if you know one of her colleagues, or, you know, generally sliding into someone's DMs in a social media sense is like a new thing. And you could do that, but it's kind of like, I guess it's a bit, to be quite fair, like, I don't really take guys who slide into my DMs very seriously at all. You need to actually approach that person, or approach and actually speak to one of her friends and actually say, I want to take you out, or, you know, can I take you out for dinner? Or can I take you out? But women love their confidence. Second one is, we're going to go to a physical attribute here, and we're going to go facial hair. The beard, the mo, or not to beard. Like, the beard is kind of like come back into fashion of more recent years, and it is really, even science has proven that it is really just dependent on the woman. Some of us like it and some of us don't like it. The same thing would apply men with body hair or no body hair. But I'm going to give you a little bit of scientific evidence when it comes to body hair on men. If you have a lot of body hair and less hair on your head, this could mean that you have a really high testosterone, which is actually going to be really good for, you know, just for your, you know, masculinity in many areas, which women are going to find attractive anyway. However, if you're a man with like a lot of hair on your head and really barely smooth, you might have less testosterone and higher levels of estrogen. Yes, men and women have both estrogen and testosterone, and you may just want to get that checked by your GP, your doctor, or a naturopath, just to check your levels, because you could qualify for potentially taking a testosterone booster, which will elevate your testosterone levels. This might also give you a bit more like masculinity kind of like urge to go out and chase the women. And when I say chase the women, I'm going to say, like, put it in a nice sense. Like, don't be, you know, like a hound. There was a guy, actually I see him around the city quite a lot. There's actually been a couple of guys, and they're really, like, don't be predatorial. That's what I'm gonna say. So if you can chase women, if she says no, she's got a boyfriend, she's got a partner, or she's not interested in speaking to you, don't continue to pursue it. Like, that is, one, unattractive, and two, it's predatorial, and it's like a no-go zone. Third attribute is a really good sense of humor. I know for myself, and I know just observing many a women, the guy does not necessarily have to be that physically attributed, you know, but if you can make her laugh, you're gonna win hands down so many brownie points in her book. That's speaking from me, speaking from other women, speaking from like observations around. Like, take a good look. Sorry, Tim, if you ever see this around. He got runner-up on Bachelorette of the recent series. Like, physically looking, like, he wasn't the hottest guy. I personally, like, yeah, he was hot, but he wasn't like, you know, there were guys within that series who were of, you know, far greater physical attributes to what Tim was. Although I did find him very attractive. But you know what? Australia, I think every single woman in Australia, and even guys, completely were really, really backing for Tim to win the Bachelorette, because he had such an outgoing and confident and really, really funny sense of humor. Like super, super funny, made the Bachelorette laugh quite often. And that was also what attracted her to him. So it's very, very important. I mean, dad jokes don't even like go, you know what I mean, like all the time. And if you're not like kind of a funny person, it doesn't mean, you know, like, but women love a man who likes to make them laugh. I'm just going to put it out there as well that studies have also proven that physical attributes within a man, so if a guy is physically really, really hot, and I know this from myself, the woman would only ever want that person for a fling. They wouldn't want that person, unless it has other attributes within their personality type, they wouldn't necessarily consider them based on looks alone for a long-term relationship. It would only just be for a fling. I believe that as human beings, most of us like, you know, people who do good deeds. You know, you could help someone cross the street, you could help someone with their homework, you could donate to charities, you could be a charity worker, but women are actually very much inclined, due to studies, to be attracted to men who do good deeds for others. You could just help your mum out with, you know, fixing a light globe, or help a neighbor out, or even just offer to help her out with something, you know, like, especially if she's a woman that like lives on her own. Let's face it, some of us don't particularly want to get up on ladders and go changing light globes. Just, you know, like just to offer like really good deeds, or even just good deeds within humanity in itself, is a very attractive attribute for women. Age is not necessarily a attribute or non-attribute. Some women do like older men and men who have, you know, lots more years of experience just with life behind them. And some women are drawn to much younger men, but generally if you're going to go for a younger man, it's more like of a fling type of thing, unless that younger man is more mature for his age, because women do mature as a personality faster than men, and that continues throughout life. So for women generally do go for much older men, and it can work with younger men if that younger man is mature for his age. There have been some small studies conducted that men with dogs do seem to attract the ladies. Now, for myself, if I see a photo of a guy with a dog, you kind of like go for the dog first. You kind of, oh, you know, you're the dog first. Oh, look at that nice guy with that dog. It kind of resembles, I mean, it can be any kind of dog as well. It could be a rescue dog, it could be a pedigree dog, any kind of breed of that dog. But it's just kind of this warm thing like, oh, you know, that man cares for something else. He cares and he looks after, so he must be a caring person. That's my philosophy on why, if you have a dog, to say dog is like a very common pet for a man, and it is a masculine kind of a pet, that this would be a reason as to why, and why studies have shown that this attribute is attractive to women. Women do not like judgmental men. So if you're, you know, in more recent times, and especially demographically, men being metrosexual and pretty boys has become more of a trend. But women don't like judgmental men, and we like to go for men who are living in the present, they're non-judgmental, and even if you're into personal growth and personal development, these can all very, very much play well out with women. And guys, I'm just going to put it out there as well that if you are a shyer type of guy, and if you find yourself that you are needing to go for inebriants such as alcohol to give you the confidence in which to approach women, this could also be a big, big turn off. Because if you are way too drunk, not only can you say things which are inappropriate, but you can also slur your words, you can smell it on your skin. It's generally not the ideal way in which to meet a partner. We all know that the firefighter thing with women, you know, it's this thing of, oh, you know, buy the firefighter calendar, or, you know, a policeman with handcuffs, or it's not to do with the occupation in itself, it's got to do with the heroism of that particular occupation. There's something to do with men like to save and women want to be saved, and a really strong heroic man kind of like fits that supernatural kind of facade that goes on out there, but it generally denotes masculinity and being unfearful. And if you're unfearful within your occupation, then you're going to be unfearful within a committed relationship or a partnership with that person. how dominant a woman is, and I can speak from personal experience, if it comes to being with a guy, we generally want to be submissive. And I'm not going to speak for like some of the feminists out there, and not every single kind of woman, because some women do like to maintain that level of dominance like within all areas of their life. But generally speaking, women who are with a man that they're really into will not be dominant. They'll be more submissive. That is it, guys, and I hope you really like these tips for what women really find attractive. And it really comes from within, and I guess, you know, building up confidence with women, especially with approaching women, and especially women that you may find really hot, it's just going to take a little bit of a practice. But I would really recommend that, like, to not do it in an alcohol sense. And if you do find, like, I mean, one glass is fine, but don't be like overly inebriated, because it's really unattractive. And also that term beer goggles, you don't really know like if you're really attracted to that person without like being completely straight and sober. So best of luck, guys, with all your dating and approaching women, and I hope this really helps you out a lot. We'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.